Hey Nash, what should we make?
I got us some more pork. Let's make Maple Mustard Pork Tenderloin.
All right, let's make Maple Mustard Pork Tenderloin. Today, we're making another healthy dish, Maple Mustard Pork Tenderloin. It's gonna come together pretty easy. Not super quick, it's not a 15-minute meal, but not super long either, like a slow cooker. It's gonna be freaking delicious, and it's, pork tenderloin, it's usually on sale, and even when it's not, it's pretty cheap. So this is gonna be a cheap, healthy, delicious meal to feed you and your family, whatever you need to do. And hey, without further ado, let's go. All right, so for our Maple Mustard Pork Tenderloin, you wanna preheat your oven to 425 and get a skillet, like cast iron skillet or whatever you got. Put that on, turn it on the stove because we need it nice and hot because this isn't going to take long. So then we're going to make our little mustard rub here. When you want about 2 tablespoons of Dijon mustard, a teaspoon of salt, a teaspoon of pepper. And then we just combine that. Set that aside. When you get your little pork tenderloins, a lot of times these come in a 2-pack as this one did. So I'm just going to put some of this on each one. And then we'll get it all rubbed in. Let me just get this all massaged in. Doesn't need to be anything fancy. And make sure and fling it everywhere. That sounds like a great idea. All right, and then over to our skillet that's nice and hot. We're just gonna brown these guys. We're not trying to cook them, so. So we just wanna brown every side. We're just trying to get a little bit of color on this round. So all in all, just to get all the sides, I don't know, 3 to 5 minutes maybe. Once you got some nice color in here, if you have one, I'm just gonna stick this probe thermometer in there and then turn the heat off. And we're gonna throw this in our oven until our pork chops get to 100, and we want to be 145 so we can pull them at 140. Once your pork has reached 140, pull it out of the oven, put it on a pan or rack or whatever to cool, like so. Keeping our pan on the burner, turn the heat on to medium-high. Then to our pan, we add a 1/4 cup of apple cider vinegar. Let that cook. It's gonna boil pretty quickly, and then just kind of use this to deglaze your pan, scrape up all the little brown bits and the fond. If you wanna be fancy, that's technically what it's called. Oh, actually, all right, I kind of f***ed that up. So because we got 2 pork tenderloins, I'm gonna double this recipe. So we'll do another 1/4 cup of cider vinegar there. Then we wanna bring that up to a boil. We'll just kind of scrape the pan once more, make sure we got everything there. And then once we're boiling, we wanna add in 4 tablespoons of maple syrup, 4 tablespoons of Dijon. Stir that all together. See if we can get incorporated a little bit better with a whisk maybe. There we go. And I'm just gonna turn the heat down and let this simmer until it thickens. All right, and once your sauce is thickened, just gonna transfer it out of here into this guy. Then we set this aside and let it cool while our pork cools and clean up the mess we made. All right, so here's our sauce. Then here's our guys. So we're just gonna pour these drippings, add these to our sauce. Stir that in. And we take our guy here. Then we're gonna just slice this into 1/2-inch slices like this. So there we go. And then let's just add some of this sauce we have here. And there we have our Maple Mustard Pork Tenderloin. Time for a bite. Cheers. Look, it's freaking delicious. The pork is cooked perfectly. I would have liked to have a better crust, but that was my fault because I didn't, in that first part in the pan, I probably should have gotten a little bit more of a crust. But either way, it doesn't matter because it's juicy, it's tender, it's delicious. It's got that, you know, the crust could have been more pronounced, but the seasoning on the crust is amazing. That maple mustard sauce on top is just freaking to die for. It's super delicious. Yeah, I could have done a little bit better, but hey, you go ahead and do that when you do it, because you should do it, because this is a 10 out of 10, would highly recommend. But hey, let's see what Nash thinks. Hey bud, how you doing?
I'm a little tired. It's a lot of work picking up your slack on this show.
We got this maple mustard pork tenderloin that you wanted. Well, here you go. What do you think?
Wow, that sauce is just packed with flavor, and that really complements the juicy, tender pork.
Anything you want to say to your fans?
Do the right thing. It will gratify some people and astonish the rest.
Nash approves, I approve. Look, 10 out of 10 would highly recommend. It's a great freaking dish. Go ahead and go cook it. It's easy. It's a pretty cheap piece of meat at the grocery store from my experience anyways. And it's freaking delicious. It's also healthy. So if you have some resolutions, it goes in line with all that. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate you. Love you all. If you wouldn't mind taking a second to like, share, and subscribe, that would really help us out. We really appreciate that. If you want notifications every time we drop a new video, go ahead and hit that notification bell. If there is anything you want me to make, you want me and Nash to taste, go ahead and drop that down in the comments, or head over to our website, timschaoskitchen.com. Send us a message there. And hey, just remember, cook more, eat better, embrace the chaos. That's it for now, folks. Until next time, peace.